Austin Ekeler hamstring injury. Chris Godwin good to go, and we'll give you our favorite prop bet in Thursday Night Football. It is game day on Fantasy Football Today in 5. What's going on, everybody? If you're watching live on YouTube, hello, good evening. If you're not, happy Thursday, happy NFL season. It is finally here. Adam Azer and Dave Richard. We're going to give you we're going to give you Dave's favorite prop bet for our player prop for the Thursday night game. First, let's talk about Austin Ekeler. Did not practice on Wednesday with a hamstring injury. Justin Jackson's rostered in about 30% of leagues as we record this on Wednesday night. What's your take here?
Well, sometimes players don't practice on Wednesday anyway, and they get back at it on Thursday and Friday. And we'll tell you, as long as he's practicing by Friday, he should be good to go. He tweeted something out today about how he can't wait to get out there and play. I'd be surprised if he didn't play. Let's see where this goes. But if you're an Eckler roster and you're worried about him playing and you want to back him up with Justin Jackson, you should probably pause this podcast, pause this video, pause whatever you're doing, and go get Justin Jackson on your bench right now.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I did a scan for Justin Jackson in every league, but at the same time, I already had him in 3 leagues.
Oh, look at you.
Well, it was a guy I was targeting because, he was going to have...
I've got Justin Jackson.
He filled in pretty well during Eckler's absence.
Sure, he did.
But he had a lot of catches. He had a 3-game stretch with 13 catches. But Josh Kelly was kind of working in that role when Eckler wasn't playing in the preseason. You have Larry Roundtree who could factor into the goal line. I don't know if Jackson's going to be as good if there's an Eckler absence. I don't know that Jackson's going to be as good this year as he was last year, which wasn't great, but it was usable, I guess. So.
And he'll be usable again this year. He won't be the only guy. I would assume they'll use Kelly ahead of Roundtree, and they'll go with him and Jackson.
Yeah. All right. Well, somebody to pick up if you need a running back, you want to give yourself a little insurance on Austin Ekeler. Meanwhile, Curtis Samuel left practice today, pulled up with an injury. So the saga continues. We weren't going to start him anyway, but it's disappointing for a guy who was a big offseason acquisition. Let's go to Chris Godwin. He's good to go. He's going to play Thursday night, Dave. Start him. Give me your favorite player prop for Thursday night.
All right. So in doing my research for the game on Thursday night, I learned this interesting nugget about Ronald Jones. 13 games last year, his first 13 starts of the year, he played in 14 games. He only had 5 games with 10 or fewer carries. Tampa Bay lost or won by 3 or fewer points in 4 of those 5 games, i.e. games that Tampa Bay had to play from behind in, nip and tuck battle, something that didn't help Ronald Jones get a lot of work. In the other 8 games that he played in, including 6 blowout wins for the Bucs, he averaged 18 carries per game. The over-under on his total carry prop on Thursday night is 11.5, and it's at even money. I would take the over on Ronald Jones getting more than 11.5 carries.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. I like that. Does that mean you're going to warm up to him starting him in fantasy?
I don't mind him as a non-PPR flex. I think people can probably find a player with a little bit more upside, but that's pretty much where he is. I wouldn't feel comfortable using him in half or full PPR.
You want to answer some viewer questions?
No. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Flex, DeAndre Swift or Laviska Shenault?
I think it's going to have to be Shenault in non-PPR. I think I like his upside a little bit more, and I think I like it a little bit more in PPR as well.
All right, Shenault it is. T. Higgins or Jerry Jeudy, full PPR?
Yeah, I'm going to come out Jeudy on this one, but it's close between those two.
Corey Davis or Damian Harris, full PPR?
I believe I have Harris ranked ahead of Corey Davis by about 5 or 6 spots. I'm expecting a touchdown visit for Mr. Harris.
Jacoby Myers or Damian Harris, PPR?
That one I'm going to lean toward Jacoby Myers. I think Myers has a good chance in PPR to come through with a good game. And, the Dolphins have those great outside corners, but their slot corner is Justin Coleman. He's new. He's also been a little bit bad the past couple of years. I think that's where the Patriots go with the football when they throw it is to Myers.
Would you drop Le'Veon Bell for Justin Jackson?
Yes.
Would you flex Michael Pittman or Jamar Chase, half PPR?
Chase.
Okay, last one. Half PPR, Trey Sermon, Rondale Moore, or Russell Gage?
I believe I have Sermon ranked the highest of the 3.
You could definitely see Trey Sermon getting like 8 carries in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
So let's
and
see.
You know what? He was actually a pretty decent passing downs back in the preseason. Not that they necessarily use their running backs that way, but when there were third downs and he had to block, he was good. when there were passing plays, he'd catch the ball out of the backfield. Looked pretty natural doing it too.
That is Dave Richard. I'm Adam Acer. This has been Fantasy Football Today in 5. Thanks for watching our live stream. Thanks for listening to our show. We'll talk to you tomorrow with more Starter Sit for week